Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Insight Stack.
Great to be here.
In our very first episode, we're diving into one of the most urgent and fast-moving topics of our time, artificial intelligence.
It really is everywhere, isn't it?
Absolutely. So our mission today is to give you a real shortcut to understanding, the rapid evolution of AI. We're pulling out the most important insights from the latest reports and expert perspectives.
Yeah, cutting through the noise a bit.
Exactly. We're going to unpack 5 big things you absolutely need to know about AI right now.
Okay, 5 big things. Let's do it. So when we talk about AI, we're essentially talking about, well, man-made thinking power, designed to solve problems, make decisions, kind of like humans do.
Right.
And what's really striking in the sources we looked at isn't just that it's growing, it's exploding, particularly generative AI.
Exploding. Okay.
The numbers are, frankly, astonishing. It really points to a foundational shift in how industries operate globally.
Okay, so when you say explosion, we mean big numbers.
Huge numbers, massive, rapid expansion. So, for instance, just take the generative AI market in telecom alone. It's projected to surge from under $500 million this year, nearly $477 million in 2024.
Okay, starting there.
To a jaw-dropping $29 billion by 2034.
Wow, $29 billion.
Yeah.
From $500 million.
Exactly. That's a compound annual growth rate. The CAGR, the consistent year-over-year growth of over 50%.
50% year on year. That's practically vertical.
It really is. And what's truly insightful here, I think, is that this huge growth isn't happening in a vacuum.
Right. It connects to other things.
Totally. It's deeply intertwined with these massive infrastructure shifts we're seeing. Think about the fast rollout of 5G networks, the constant expansion of the Internet of Things, IoT, and the development of smart cities.
Okay.
These aren't separate trends. They're all fueling and being fueled by AI's progress. It's like this powerful feedback loop.
Got it. So it's all connected. And drilling down even more, you're saying some parts grow even faster.
Even faster, yeah. Within this booming market, some areas are just accelerating like crazy. Voice-based generative AI, for example, that's expected to grow at nearly, 59% CAGR?
Almost 60% for voice AI.
And edge computing for AI, where the processing happens closer to the source, like on your phone or device.
Yeah, not in the cloud necessarily.
Right, that's seeing over 62% growth. And even critical stuff like security and fraud detection, rapid adoption there too.
Okay, so it's broad, but also deep in specific areas.
Definitely. And it's clear the major tech players, IBM, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they're not just participating. They're massively invested, significant contributors to this whole market.
Right. So the big takeaway from this first point.
Well, if we boil it down, the real insight isn't just the impressive scale, though that's part of it. It's how AI is becoming this kind of invisible operating system for global industries.
Invisible operating system. I like that.
Yeah, it's fundamentally re-engineering business from the ground up. It's not some niche tech anymore. It's embedding itself into the very fabric of how businesses work and grow.
That's a really powerful image. And that brings us, I think, perfectly to our second point about AI's impact. It's not just market size. It's about fundamentally changing how we work, how we innovate.
Exactly.
You called it a force multiplier for human effort, not just, replacing jobs.
Precisely. It's about augmenting what people can do.
So what are some of the really compelling examples of this transformation you found in the sources?
That's a great question because the real impact is in the tangible changes. We're seeing companies like HCL Tech using AI platforms to drive service transformation, value stream innovation.
Okay.
Their focus is clearly on improving workflow efficiency, speeding up development, boosting productivity. It's about empowering people to do more faster, maybe more accurately.
That makes sense. Better tools, better results, but let's make it more concrete, like real-world examples.
Okay, yeah. Healthcare. There's a generative AI-powered clinical advisor that's proving to be a game changer.
How so?
Well, it's reducing clinician burnout, which is a massive issue right now.
Huge problem. Yeah.
And it's increasing their face time with patients. Plus, it ensures they always have access to trusted, up-to-date medical info, like right away.
Wow. So better for doctors, better for patients. That's huge.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this ability to transform complex operations, it stretches across sectors. Take a global manufacturing firm.
Yeah.
Gen AI has completely revolutionized their customer service. We're talking much faster problem solving, 24/7 support for even really complex issues, And get this, it can even generate product comparison visuals for customers just like that.
Instantly, like show me product A versus product B.
Exactly. On demand. That directly leads to, way better customer experience and better operations.
Okay, that's impressive. What about education? You mentioned something there.
Oh, education is. The
Yeah.
potential is just staggering. Khan Academy's Kia Go tool, built with open AI.
Right, Kiago.
A teacher can generate a detailed 4-day lesson plan in literally minutes, a task that, might normally take a whole week.
Well, weeks work in minutes.
Yeah. And it doesn't just create plans. It gives teachers deep insights into how students are thinking, helps them see who needs that one-on-one attention.
That's amazing. So it helps personalize teaching.
It really does. And it can even evaluate essays in like 90 seconds.
90 seconds? That takes hours.
I know, and it checks for plagiarism too. Think about how much time that frees up for actual teaching, for connecting with students.
That human element, yeah. That's incredible.
And it even gets down to optimizing seemingly simple things, like a pizza parlor.
A pizza parlor. How does AI help there?
Well, using linear regression, basically analyzing past data to predict future stuff, it can optimize staffing, supply chains. Imagine it predicting demand for, I don't know, Hawaiian pizza on a Friday night.
Controversial topic, but okay.
Right. But predicting that demand helps reduce customer wait times. It's that kind of detailed optimization. It really shows how AI is that force multiplier, amplifying what we can do, not just replacing us.
That's truly remarkable efficiency. But it does highlight the immense power AI has, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
And with great power. Well, you know the saying. It brings up critical questions about using it responsibly. Because while we're seeing optimized pizza orders and lesson plans, there's also a much darker side emerging. Significant ethical compliance challenges we really can't ignore.
Indeed. And what's deeply concerning is just how quickly misuse can pop up alongside the innovation.
Like what?
Well, one really troubling thing we saw is the rise of these nudify websites and apps.
I think I've heard about this. It's pretty awful.
It is. They use AI to take normal, clothed photos and transform them into realistic nudes, completely without consent.
Without consent, that's the key part.
Absolutely. And these sites are openly advertised, easy to use. Some get millions of visits a month, often targeting minors.
That's horrifying. The impact on victims must be devastating.
Profound humiliation, significant mental distress.
Yeah.
It's a serious problem.
And it really underscores the need for ethical guardrails. But the risks go broader too, right? Like in other industries.
Oh, definitely. The insurance industry, for example, they're grappling with major compliance risks. One big one is algorithmic bias.
Bias. How does that work?
Well, the AI's output could end up being unfair or discriminatory based on things like gender, race, socioeconomic background, just because of the data it was trained on or how it's set up.
So it could accidentally perpetuate existing biases.
Exactly. Or worse. And then there's the threat of bad actors using AI for, large-scale fraud, money laundering, even insider trading, using its predictive power for illegal stuff.
Okay, so the potential for misuse is significant. What are regulators saying?
Well, they're definitely paying attention. They're increasingly expecting robust oversight, meaning companies need to be routinely testing and auditing their AI outputs, making sure they're fair, ethical. It needs to be built in from the start.
Right, not an afterthought.
Exactly. The advice for companies is pretty clear. Take a deliberate strategic approach. Don't just jump on the bandwagon because of hype. Understand the impact.
So the core insight here is, as AI gets woven deeper into everything, we absolutely have to understand and mitigate the harms. Responsible development is key.
It's paramount. It's truly a two-sided coin, and we need to look closely at both sides.
Which leads naturally into the whole conversation around jobs, right? That always comes up with AI.
Always. And the reality is, well, it's a lot more nuanced than just AI is taking our jobs.
It's not that simple.
No, it's more about a fundamental reshaping of work itself.
Can you give an example of that reshaping?
Yeah, IBM's experience is actually a pretty compelling case study. They laid off 8,000 employees, specifically citing AI automation.
Okay, that sounds like the taking jobs narrative.
Right, but then very quickly after, they rehired a similar number.
Rehired for what?
For more strategic, innovative roles that automation couldn't do.
Wow, okay, so automation handles the routine stuff.
Exactly, the repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
Which then frees up humans to focus on the more complex creative work, things needing judgment, empathy, unique insights.
That makes sense. It shifts the type of work.
Precisely. And this transformation points to a rapidly changing skill set that's needed, as Andrew Ng put it, AI coding is the new literacy.
The new literacy. That's a bold statement.
It is, but think about it. It implies that being able to interact with, maybe even build basic AI tools will become as fundamental as reading and writing.
Wow. A core skill for almost everyone.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in any job that uses data.
But there's also a hidden cost to this, isn't there? Something less positive.
There is, and it's something we absolutely need to talk about. The grunt work of AI, data labeling.
Right. Training the AI models needs labeled data.
Exactly. And that work is essential, but it's often outsourced. Places like Kenya, workers there might earn as little as $1.50, maybe $2 an hour.
That's incredibly low pay.
It is. And worse, they're often exposed to really disturbing content, pornography, violence that the AI needs to learn to identify or filter.
Oh, wow. So they're seeing this stuff constantly.
Yeah, leading to significant mental health impacts. It's a stark ethical issue. Some critics have even called it modern-day slavery because of the pay and the insecure contract.
That's deeply troubling. A hidden human cost behind the technology.
It really is. And for those looking to build a career in AI, it's definitely a journey of constant learning.
Because the field moves so fast.
So fast. Mastering the basics, machine learning, deep learning, software development, the relevant math, it's crucial, but it's not a one-time thing. You have to keep learning.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now, trying to navigate this? How do you keep up?
Well, the best way is often through consistent small steps, like maybe just dedicating 10 seconds a day to watch an educational video snippet.
10 seconds, like the tiny habits idea.
Exactly. BJ Fogg's concept. Building tiny habits often leads to huge progress over time. Also, working on projects, even small ones, building things, and connecting with others, building a community. That helps with growth and opportunities.
So adaptability, new skills, and a really critical eye on the ethics, especially around the global workforce. That seems key.
That sums it up well.
Okay, so looking ahead now, point 5. AI is pushing boundaries into areas that honestly used to feel like science fiction.
Oh, absolutely. We're moving beyond just making things more efficient into creating entirely new capabilities. It really challenges our ideas about intelligence, about human potential.
And the future looks pretty intense.
You could say that. Experts are seriously discussing artificial general intelligence, AGI.
AGI, the AI that can think like a human across different tasks.
Right. And some believe it could change pretty much everything about the way we do things.
Everything. That's huge.
It is. Some even suggest we'll need new philosophers just to understand the implications, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years.
Wow. New philosophers needed. That really makes you stop and think.
Doesn't it? And look at healthcare again. Truly groundbreaking stuff happening using AI to help paralyzed patients regain mobility.
That sounds incredible.
There's this digital bridge developed by neuroscientists. It involves an implant in the skull.
An implant, okay.
That wirelessly connects the brain to a spinal cord stimulator.
And the AI.
The AI translates the brain activity and the thought of moving into instructions for the stimulator in about half a second.
So they can move just by thinking about it.
Essentially, yes. Move paralyzed limbs just by thinking. It's a monumental step. Offers hope where there wasn't much before.
That's genuinely amazing. But then there's the other side. The military applications. That gets controversial.
Very controversial. Companies like Anduril are developing autonomous weapons systems.
Like drones that decide on their own.
Like jet-powered drone interceptors, even unmanned fighter jets. Using AI to identify, select, and engage targets with minimal human oversight.
Minimal human oversight. That's the part that worries people.
Understandably, the idea is to reduce risk for soldiers, execute missions faster. Proponents argue it's a smarter, more effective deterrent.
But the counter-argument.
Well, the UN, for instance, has called lethal autonomous weapons morally repugnant. It raises huge ethical questions about control, accountability, unintended consequences. Where do we draw the line?
Right. A really complex dilemma with potentially irreversible consequences.
Exactly. So bringing it all together, beyond these specific, often dramatic uses, AI, especially combined with IoT and smart cities, is also expected to be crucial for tackling things like climate change.
Ow.
By improving our awareness, our ability to actually measure and maybe curtail human environmental impact.
Okay, so the big picture, the final takeaway.
AI isn't slowing down, not at all. It's accelerating, weaving itself into every corner of our lives. It presents both incredible potential, like helping people walk again, and really complex dilemmas, like autonomous
And
weapons.
we as informed citizens, we need to understand both sides
Absolutely. We need to understand it, engage with it, and shape it. The future of AI will challenge us to define not just what machines can do, but what they should do.
and how we as a society will evolve alongside them.
It's a conversation that's really just beginning.
A huge conversation. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive from the Insight Stack.
Yeah, hope it was useful.
If this sparked a new perspective, maybe a question, please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts about AI. Hit that subscribe button and join us for upcoming episodes. Stay curious,
Stay informed.
and we'll see you in the next one.